Thank you so much, Shobha. I want to thank Dr. Anurag Batra, Devika, and the rest of the BW family for giving me this opportunity on the second edition of the Festival of Wellbeing. My name is Palga Rinpoche. I'm from Ladakh, a place which I call the crown of India. I was born in Ladakh. I studied in Himachal. We had a few monasteries there. After that, I traveled to Europe. I lived there. I worked there, gained some experience. Then, due to some good fortune and due to my curiosity and hunger for adventure, I met some really generous people and made some really strong, lucky investments in the stock market, which enabled me to gain a lot of wealth at a very young age. And it was during that time that I had a few cars, one of which was a Maserati that Shobha was just alluding to, which I sold later on, and I'll tell you why. Today's topic that I chose was spiritual alignment in modern times, basically. Spirituality is a very dense subject. It can be approached not only by religious people, not only by laypersons, but by everybody. In my opinion, when it comes to spirituality, you don't necessarily have to be religious. I consider myself a Buddhist, a monk, but I don't consider myself to be religious. And when you talk about spirituality, there are few important things that we need to understand about spirituality, what it means, and how it can help us, especially during these modern times, especially post-COVID. And one of the things that I want to talk about that is very important when you talk about spirituality is happiness, or rather, what is the meaning of true happiness? I'm looking at the timer. The time is very short, and earlier I was fidgeting because I have so much to talk about. Honestly, I have so much to share, but then the time is very limited, and I have to respect that, so I'll try to keep it short and concise. I think in today's world, when we talk about happiness, it is overrated. What I'm seeing these days is that for the pursuit of happiness, we always look outwards. We always search outwards. We try to find happiness in what we call in Buddhism compounded phenomena, which is like a party, money, gatherings, shopping, and so on. And true happiness, in my own experience, and according to the teachings of the Buddha, cannot be achieved by looking outwards, because everything that you see and that you feel and that you experience is what we call compounded phenomena, which is impermanent. We are gathered to separate. We earn to disperse, to spend. We construct and then it collapses. We are born and then we die. That is the nature of external phenomena. And if you look for your happiness in external phenomena, you are subjecting yourself for eventual disappointment. Rather, if you look inwards for happiness, if you look inwards for contentment and for spiritual enlightenment, that is everlasting, and that is what we call spontaneous happiness. How do you do that? You do that by few means, but one of the most effective methods is meditation. And also these days, I think I'm seeing in lots of the big cities, chantings. People are chanting a lot of mantras, a lot of Japanese mantras, a lot of ancient Sanskrit mantras. So it is very important to look inwards and to use methods such as meditation and chantings to find inner contentment and inner happiness. And also, according to Buddhist teachings, we say that whatever good we experience in this life, whatever happiness that we experience in this life is because of our past good karma. And whatever suffering that we experience is because of our past bad karma. And it's also equally important when we talk about spiritual alignment in modern times, how to be spiritual in modern times, to cleanse your karma. Basically, what karma means is cause and effect. For example, right now my stomach is full because I had a very delicious and light but very nutritious sattvic lunch, which we all did. I'm not feeling very groggy. I was feeling a bit groggy earlier, thoda sa neend aa raha tha, but then I had a nice cappuccino, so I'm feeling awake. So on a short term, you can see the link between cause and effect. Yeah, and just on the short term, but on the long term, we do not see the relation between cause and effect. So sometimes we wonder, why am I not feeling content? Why am I not feeling happy? Mere saath aisa kyun ho raha hai? It is because, according to the Buddhist teachings, you have done something. You have some bad karma from your past life, and you have to cleanse that karma. And if you do something, if you feel something good, and it's because you have done something good in your past life. But then some people say, how do you prove that you have done something good or bad? You cannot prove it. But of course you can't. How can you prove what you had for lunch a year ago? But just because you don't remember what you had for lunch 1 year ago doesn't mean that you haven't eaten something. So we have done a lot of things in our lives, in this life and our past lives. And according to that chain of events that leads to one another, we either feel happy or we feel sad. But then it's our nature to look outwards. Our eyes are projected outwards. Our skin is on the outside. Our ears are pointing outwards. So naturally, we look for happiness and contentment outwards. And we try to find them in compounded phenomena, which is impermanent. It is born, it remains, and it ends. So when it ends, you feel disappointed. And you say, पिछली बार बहुत मजा आया, बहुत अच्छा लगा, let's do another party. इस बार we'll go to another location. We will invite some celebrities. Yeah? पिछली बार दारू में कुछ कमी थी, वाइन शाइन नहीं थे, इस बार वाइन भी लाएंगे, चाट पपड़ी नहीं थे, कुछ गोलगप्पे भी लाएंगे. You understand? एक दो celebrities की कमी थी, let's get some celebrities. So it becomes like a drug, this pursuit of happiness to look outwards. And you aim to recreate it again and again, and it becomes very addictive. That's what I'm seeing these days in many societies. So rather look inwards. Yeah, you have to look inwards, meditate, focus on your breath. I thought of teaching meditation, but the timer is like a devil, staring at me, and Shobha is looking at me also. And I know there's a time limit, and there's so much to share. I really thought that we could do 5-minute meditation, and I could give you a dose of what I'm talking about.
Rinpoche ji, I think Rinpoche ji, it's the demand of the room that we must do that 5 minutes of meditation. So I think we should. Shall we? Let's do that. Thank you for facilitating.
Okay, so I will not take too much time. I'll just set a 5-minute timer on my watch, and I'll do a very short guided meditation. Okay? It's very simple. All you have to do, you don't have to sit like me. I'm used to this, but you just sit on the corner of your chair. Why? So because when you sit on the corner of your chair, your spine becomes naturally erect. When you go backwards, your spine becomes curved. And all the pranas, or all the nadis, all the channels of your body, the chakras, and all the channels need to be straight so that the pran, the energy flows in a straight line. Yeah. So sit on the edge of your seat. Very simple. Just keep your spine straight. You can keep your hands either on your kneecaps or on your lap. And you can keep your eyes half shut, like the statue of a Buddha, like a painting of a Buddha. Or if you feel comfortable, or if you get distracted, you can shut your eyes. But just listen to my guided meditation. Yeah? So, we will start. I'll put a timer for just 5 minutes. All right. Take a deep breath. You can shut your eyes if you want. Keep your spine straight. Now, leave your phone aside. Don't talk to anyone. Be absolutely still. And just watch your breath. It's very simple. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Without any exertion. In a very natural way. Breathe. Keep your mouth slightly open. Breathe through your nostrils as well as through your mouth. And just focus on your breath. Ignore the sound. Ignore the sound of the AC or people chattering. Just listen to me and just watch your breath. What happens when you watch your breath? When you concentrate on something as subtle as breath, your mind starts to rest. Because of our 5 senses, keep breathing and keep focusing on your breath. Just listen to me. Inhale, exhale. If you get distracted, bring your attention back to the breath. Because of our 5 senses, we are constantly distracted. Somebody enters the room, ye kaun hai? The phone rings, wo kaun hai? It's cold, it's warm, AC ko badao, AC ko gatao. Mind is constantly distracted. It's like a crazy monkey jumping around, or like a mad elephant when it goes out of control. Tame the mind, which is like a wild elephant, with the rope of mindfulness, with the rope of concentration, of meditation. Just watch your breath. Inhale, exhale. Now, your thoughts will start to subside, especially if you do it for a little bit more than 5 minutes. Your thoughts will subside. You will feel calm. You will feel relaxed. And if you meditate every day, if you try to make it a daily practice, 5-10 minutes every day, 15 minutes every day, short sessions, multiple times. When you sleep, even if you sleep for 3-4 hours, you will feel rested. कभी कभी क्या होता है, हम सोते हैं 8 घंटे के लिए, 9 घंटों के लिए, but then तभी भी हमें थकान महसूस होता है. We feel tired even if you sleep for 8-9 minutes. Watch your breath. Inhale, exhale. Why? Because when you shut your eyes, your mind thinks it's time to party. It's time to create havoc. You've shut the curtains. Now your mind starts to conjure dreams, nightmares. That's why in these busy times, even if you sleep for 8-9 hours, you still feel fatigued. There's a deep fatigue. Of course, we try to eat clean food. We try to exercise. But this is mind exercise. You're exercising not only your body, not only your stomach, but your mind. And you can train your mind. Just watch your breath. And there are different methods of meditation. This is a simple one you can do while you're waiting for a meeting, while you're stuck in traffic, which Bombay is famous for. While you're in your room, lying down, watch your breath. When you meditate, you rest at a very deep level, at a very profound level. You feel rested. Gussa kam aata hai. Compassion arises naturally. Love becomes the default emotion. Remember this word. love, compassion, and patience become the default emotion. You don't get caught up with the display of phenomena. You see everything for how it is. Breathe. Inhale, exhale. Okay, with a deep breath, open your eyes and just look at me. And just look at each other. And you can see the smile. Let the smile come. Yeah? That's what we call spontaneously arising happiness. You can rub your palms like this and make it a little bit warm and just put on your eyes. That's it. You can feel this vibration flowing through your body. And eventually you learn to feed off other people. You learn to feed off the positivity of a beautiful audience like you guys. I'm very sorry, time's up and we have to respect time. There are many eminent speakers. I'm a simple nobody. I'm just a monk who sold his Maserati because he couldn't find his happiness in money or cars. I was poor. I used to sleep on the sidewalk. I used to be really poor. Then I became very rich. I became a millionaire at the age of 28. I had Hummers, I had Porsches, I partied in Ritz, Barcelona, I had Gucci, Armani, name it, I've done it. But I couldn't find happiness anywhere outside. I had to cleanse my karma, I had to look inwards. And right now, with these simple clothes, with some very good friends, I'm happy. Thank you so much.